Hey guys, this is a lesson on determining whether a quadratic has a maximum or minimum. If you've never watched my videos before, I highly recommend you pause and try the examples when prompted. And there are always free guided notes available at divideandconquermath.com. So let's get started. So what determines if our quadratic, and quadratics you should know hopefully by this point are of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. What determines whether or not this has a maximum or a minimum? Well, depending on kind of what you know about this form, really it comes down to what happens with the a here. So whatever number is attached to the x squared is going to dictate all of this. So if a is greater than 0, what that means then is that the parabola opens upwards. And if it opens upwards, then that means that it's going to have a minimum. Right? It's going to have some minimum like down here if I want to mark it. And then for the other direction, so let's say a is less than 0, then it's going to open down. So if it's down, then it's going to have a maximum. So it's actually pretty common. I have a lot of students who will write like the actual, like they'll notice what the a is and draw just the direction of the graph just to remember maximum or minimum. But that's really it. That's like the gist of this. So if I just show you like a couple of examples. So a really common question to be asked with this would be to determine whether this parabola is going to have a maximum or a minimum, and then determine the vertex. So when you're asked, does it have a maximum or a minimum, that's really asking what's the deal with this number here, this -2. So of course, -2, oops, let me use the white color, sorry. -2 is less than 0. So what that means then is that my parabola is going to open down. So this means then f of x will have a maximum. Okay, so that's one part of this. Now, a lot of times when you're asked this, you're also going to be asked to determine the vertex. And I've talked about that in other videos, but I figured I would just do like a little review of what that is here. So this is the vertex formula. So remember, our parabolas, our quadratics, in general, we think of them in this form. And so what we really need to do for this formula then is determine what's in the B spot and what's in the A spot. So here, for this particular formula, my A is equal to -2 and my B is equal to 4. So now I've got to do two parts of this formula. So the first thing I have to do is calculate -b over 2a. So I'm just going to plug this stuff in. So this becomes -4 over 2 times -2, and then you'll just work that out. So that becomes 4 over 4, so this equals 1. Okay, so now that I have this, now the second part of this formula, this f of -b over 2a, what this is really trying to get at is just plug that number into the function. So I'm going to plug 1 into this whole thing up here. So now let's see, I'm going to have f of 1, and now we're just going to work that out. So I'm going to plug it all in. And so this will equal -2 plus 4 minus 2. So in this case, my vertex is actually equal to 0. So my vertex then, so the vertex is a point, so you just want to state it. So it's going to be 1, 0. So that's kind of the idea. So if you find this helpful, maybe consider giving my video a like or subscribing to my channel or leaving me a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel and I'm trying to put as much free math help on the internet as I possibly can. And so your support helps me grow the channel and helps me support what I'm doing. Okay, so I have 2 more examples here for you if you'd like to try these on your own. So you can pause the video, give these a try, hit play when you're ready to see the solution. It's the same thing. Do these have a max or min? And then what is the vertex? Okay, so here, so notice once again, so my A, I'll just write what's my A. My A is -1/2. And my B is -2. So since A is negative, that means that this parabola, I don't know what I don't know exactly how it will graph, but I know this much. It will open downwards, so it has a maximum. So g of x has a maximum. So now I can find the vertex, and I'm just going to use that same formula. So I need to do this -b over 2a. So this is -2 times 2 times -1/2, and if I plug all of that in, this will come out to -2 over 1, and then this equals -2. So now I plug this -2 into this function up here. So this will be g of -2. So this is -1/2 times -2 squared minus 2 times -2 plus 2, not plus 4, my bad. And so now this will be -1/2 times +4 plus 4 plus 2. So this will equal -2 plus 4 minus 2. So ultimately this will equal 4. Therefore, my vertex is going to be the point -2, 4. And now for the last one. So once again, I just want to note what's my A. My A is 1. It's that invisible 1. And then my B is a 6. Now, in this case, A is positive. So what this means is that this parabola is going to open upwards. So since it opens upwards, that means h of x has a minimum. So it doesn't have a maximum, it has a minimum. So now I can find the vertex. So I take this -b over 2a. This will be -6 over 2 times 1. So this will equal -3. And then I can just calculate h of -3. So I'll just plug all this in. Make sure you put parentheses around everything just so that you kind of evaluate where you need to. So -3 squared, this will become +9. So this is 9 minus 18 plus 1. So ultimately this will equal -8. Therefore, my vertex in this case is going to be -3, -8. And that'll do it for this video. So thanks for watching, guys. I have lots of other videos like this if you like the format. So hopefully I'll see you guys in another one.